Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to go over the April gift card items for Roblox for 2025. So yeah, I'll start it. So right over here, we did just release all the new gift card items that are coming up for April. Right over here, we did also get some more news about future items, which will be very interesting. So we'll get into that later as well. So right over here, we do have all the items for April, and all of them are already released on the catalog, so you can go ahead and try them on if you do want to. And also keep in mind, you won't be able to redeem these until April 1st. So if you do want to get them, wait until April 1st if you're watching this beforehand to then buy the card and then redeem them if you do want to get these. And also, I am recording this a bit early, so for the Amazon items, we don't know which prices they are yet. So whenever the prices are released for the Amazon items, I will leave a pinned comment down below so you can go ahead and check what price each of the Amazon items will be. And speaking of the Amazon items, we're going to start off with them here. First off, we have the glow goggles, which this is a pretty cool looking item. It just kind of gives off like insect vibes a little bit, so definitely not so bad. A pretty creative and well-made pair of goggles here. And if you do wear it, it pretty much goes how you would expect it to go, right over there on the front of the head, right over the eyes. So definitely not so bad. A pretty cool item from Amazon in April. Next up right over here, we have the Brooding Tough Bunny Mask, which this item on its own doesn't look too bad. However, if you actually were here last year during the gift cards, you may actually recognize that head, as it is the upper head of this grumpy purple bunny hat from last year, which was a gift card item that you were able to redeem. So they pretty much just reused the head part and the stem and recolored it slightly to make it pink instead of purple and said, here's a brand new item for you. So not the most creative thing in the world, but it definitely fits the Easter vibe, as April does have the holiday of Easter, which this definitely fits that holiday. So not a bad item, although it is not a new item entirely. But if you did manage to get the original purple version, if you do wear both of them, it might be a cute combination there. Next up right over here, we have the World's View hat, which this one I actually like quite a lot. It has the globe in the center with a bunch of clouds flying around it, so it's definitely a pretty cool item. I think this is definitely one of the better ones for this month. It is, I assume, for Earth Day, which also takes place in April, so another little nod to a holiday there. And if you do wear it, it does actually look pretty nice on the character as well. It kind of sits above the head right over there as a little hat, so a pretty cool little item there. If you do want to get it, it will be part of the Amazon items for April. Next up right over here, we have another bunny themed item for Easter. This is the Camel Bunny Ears Ski Mask. This one looks pretty decent, has this little base hood here that looks pretty cool with some bunny ears on top, and it looks pretty much how you would expect it to when you do wear it, with the mask going over your head and the little ears on top. So not a bad item, definitely looks pretty decent, and you could definitely make a pretty creative camo outfit with this one, so not too bad. And the last Amazon item here is the Day at the Zoo hat, also I assume for probably Earth Day. This one actually looks really cool. I think this is probably one of the best ones for this month as well. I think the tree looks nice, little birds, little animals on the bottom as well, so definitely very creative and well-made item here, so not too bad, and definitely stands out quite a lot when you do wear it on your character. So definitely pretty cool one here, definitely one of the better Amazon items for this month that you'll be able to get in April. Now moving on here, we do have the Costco item, which is going to be this fully flared turkey tail, which if you do wear it, it says on the back of the character right over there, pretty much how you would expect it to look. So not too bad, actually a pretty decent looking item there. This one does also have effects when you do wear it. As you can see, it has this kind of turkey feather flying around you when you do wear it. So definitely a pretty cool one here. I know people have been kind of looking forward to some more effect items, so we do have one here. However, I would not expect more in the future. We do have the Costco promotional image, which I did go over in my last video, but just as a reminder here, we do have the turkey tail for April and this corn head for May, which also has effects. But the corn head was an item they made in November, and they actually planned it to be a November item, but they did scrap it here, but they did bring it back for Costco. And I assume the same case is likely here for this turkey tail. It does seem like a very November kind of item, so it could be very likely that both of these were November items that they did scrap, but they brought them back for Costco, so that is why they have effects, as they are an older item that already had them. So I wouldn't really expect effects for any of the future items, just here for these two as they were brought back for Costco. Now moving on here, we do have the Tragically Hilarious Mask Duo, which is the item from a Target right over there. So definitely a pretty cool item, definitely one of my favorites from this month too. Has a little sad face on one side and then happy face on the other, and has some red ribbons on the side too. So definitely pretty cool looking item there. And if you do wear it, it actually looks pretty nice on the character as well, having one mask on either side of the head as well. So definitely pretty decent item here. You can definitely make some pretty creative outfits with this one. Target did also release their promotional image here for the next 2 months afterwards. We do have the Sunburst Shield and Saber set for May, which is kind of watermelon sword with this log and a citrus on top. So definitely pretty cool item there. And then we also have this looping melody staff for June. And I wouldn't assume this white kind of aura is an effect. I think that's probably just a highlight they added to actually make the item visible, because if they just put it on this black background, it would have been hard to see. So that's likely a highlight just to make the item itself more visible, but it does look pretty decent right over there. And then next up right over here, we have the Peacekeeper pack. And the item itself looks alright. It is a backpack, but doesn't look too amazing. Just a solid looking item here with nothing too crazy going on about it. However, there was actually an interesting thing that happened when the item actually got put onto the catalog. As you can see, I actually own this one, as it did go on sale for a few hours, which was definitely a mistake, as gift card items don't go on sale before they're actually released. So that was a little mistake by them. It may get removed from people that bought it, but it was on sale, so it definitely got a few hundred owners during the time that it was available here for purchase. But it is here as the Walmart Asda and Sam's Club item for April right over there. And if you do try it on, it does look pretty small, so you might need to alter the size with the avatar adjustment there for this item. So definitely not too bad, but nothing too crazy for Walmart Asda or Sam's Club in the month of April. However, the interesting thing comes when we look at the promotional image that they released here. We do see the April item here is the Peacekeeper pack, which is normal. However, when we get to May, we see these fruit salad shades. And if you've never seen this item before, you might just assume it's a new thing. However, this item already exists. It's right here. It's on sale. You can buy it right now for 250 Robux. So it seems like they might just take this item off sale and just reuse it as a gift card item, which has happened in the past, a couple of years ago. But obviously, if you already own this item, there's not really much of an incentive for you to go out and get a card, because this already is an existing item here. So very interesting. They're kind of reusing an already accessible item here for Walmart. They could have picked anything that was off sale, but they picked something that you can just buy right now. So I'm not sure why they did that, but if you do want to get it, it is on sale right now. In the event they did take it off sale and make it an actual gift card item. And another problem in the same image is when we get to June right over here. As you can see, the looping melody staff is here once again. So once we get to June, it seems like every store, rather than Amazon and Bonus, will actually be giving the same item, which is pretty disappointing that they've kind of reduced it to just one item for every store at this point. But it seems like that's going to be the case here. We're also going to see it when we get to the select retailers promotional image. It will have the same thing here with this melody staff here. So pretty unfortunate here that every store will kind of just give the same item when we get to June. So I would just get these items here before every store pretty much just gives the same thing. And then next up, when you're on the Roblox website and you want to head over to the left side of the screen right over here, you can see the gift card section on the left, and you want to click that section right over here. And once you get to this website right over here on the gift card page, and you scroll down, you'll see this free virtual items section. And right over here in the first section, this is the select retailers item, and then over here in the second section is the bonus item. And these haven't updated yet, they're for the March still, but the select item is this Cyber Nico headgear, which looks pretty cool. It is this kind of futuristic helmet. It does have this kind of outline here that a lot of UGC items do have too, so if you're interested in that, definitely adds a little bit extra to it. Also has some hair in the back too, so it's kind of a 2-in-1 item there. And if you do wear it, this sells like a character, so pretty standard, definitely not too bad for select retailers. And then the Mini Terra Globe is the bonus item, which actually looks pretty cool. Once again, kind of following the Earth Day pattern here with this globe and a bunch of different objects all around it, so definitely not too bad, definitely one of my favorites from this month as well. And when you do wear it, it actually stands out quite a lot here. It floats pretty high above the characters, so definitely a pretty unique item there as well. So the Nico headgear would be the select item and the globe will be the bonus item. Now in order to get both of these, if you buy a gift card on this website directly, you will get both of them. So you pretty much get a 2-in-1 deal just by getting it on the gift card page that Roblox has on the website. So that is the most recommended way to get these items, as you can just get 2 items for only $10. And also the bonus item here, which is going to be the globe, is exclusive to this page. So you can only get the globe if you get the gift card on this website here. However, the select retailers item, you can get it from any card that you can find in any store pretty much. So every store that sells Roblox gift cards other than the ones we mentioned, so any store other than Target, Walmart, Asda, Sam's Club, Costco, and Amazon, you'll be able to get this item from redeeming a Roblox gift card. So any country, any store, other than the ones we already mentioned, will give you the select item, which will be the Nico headgear. And once again, the select retailers did also release their promotional image here. We do have the Nico headgear for April. We do have this Manic Strawberry head for May, which looks pretty silly. Definitely a pretty fun item there. And then once again, we see the looping melody staff for June here. So unfortunate trend, once we get to June, it's kind of pretty bare on what items we'll get, but we'll have to see. We still don't know if Amazon or bonus items will continue or if they're all ending at this point, since it is a bit early to tell for those. But we do know for these other stores that once June comes, it's pretty much over in terms of unique items, unfortunately. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about these gift card items, and if you plan on getting any of them, and also what you guys think about this kind of recent update here with them reusing items as well as every store kind of merging and giving the same item. But yeah, that's much the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.